Hey, book lovers, I'm Candice.
And I'm Chrissy. And you've just stumbled into your new favorite book club, Bookalicious Pod.
We're two sisters reading our way through fantasy, fiction, thrillers, and the occasional "what did we just read" moments.
Every week, we break down books chapter by chapter
with deep dives, hot takes, and detours into sisterly side convos.
Think a cozy book club mixed with a FaceTime call, sprinkled with a little chaos.
We don't hold back on the characters we love or the ones we love to hate.
We play games like Read It Like Reddit, Red Flag or Deal Breaker, and have Spotify polls for you to guess along with our plot theories.
If you've got a TBR pile a mile high, including ACOTAR or Frida McFadden,
or just want to feel like you're hanging with your bookish besties, hit play. This is Bookalicious Pod.
We are back to back. We are going to wrap up The Perfect Divorce.
Yeah, back to back to back.
When did we do the first one?
I think, was it Saturday?
Oh, it must have been Sunday, Monday, Tuesday?
Oh, was it Sunday? Yeah, it might have been Sunday.
Wow.
We're serious about the stockpile.
Wow, I didn't even realize that. This book, I mean, it's a fast read. If you're not taking copious notes and talking about it for 2 hours in between, 5-hour book.
I know. See, this is why you can't bring it on a deserted island.
That's true.
Provide zero entertainment for your lifelong sentence on there. 5 hours and that's it.
5 hours, and then by the end of it, you hate everyone.
I know. Maybe you're glad you're on a deserted island.
You're like, I'm safe from Sarah.
I know. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Okay, so is Sarah a serial killer? Yes or no?
Okay, yeah, I was gonna ask you. I was like, do you like Sarah more at the end of this book? Okay, is she a serial killer? I mean, we said what? It's 3 or more. So not a confirmed serial killer yet, but definitely has no qualms about killing people.
Yeah.
So she's just maniacal.
She's just pure evil. She's like evil incarnate. Like seriously, the spirit of Killy Milly lives on. Yes.
Okay, this book is everything we wanted to happen in The Housemaid. Right? Like Enzo and Millie making their killing pyramid scheme.
Yeah, that's true.
I feel like that's what happens with Sarah and Alejandro at the end.
That is kind of true.
And Sarah's actually like really crafty and has all these like devious plans that no one can guess. We wanted that to happen for Millie too.
Millie, no offense, is just not smart enough to pull it off.
Millie doesn't want to be a murderess. She just does. Well, that was our whole thing, was that she loves to murder.
When the spirit of Killy Milly comes upon you, once it awakens, you can't stop it. You must kill.
That's true. That's true. But it doesn't come with any of the craftiness that Murder Morgan comes with.
Yeah, I guess that's true, because Killy Milly wipes the prints off of the scene. Murder Morgan, she wipes it up herself. She's smart enough. She doesn't need like a demonic spirit.
Oh, yeah, she doesn't need. Yeah, this book makes sense without supernatural help.
Yeah, she doesn't need the demon to clean up the mess. She has planned it out.
Yeah, she's a good planner. Millie, I don't think she's gotten that far yet.
She doesn't need to. She has a demon.
Yeah, I guess you're right. She has Enzo.
She has Enzo. Enzo and her demon. Okay, so should we just go through... Oh, we should do the intro and then we should just like knock this thing out.
Let's do it. I like it. Okay, welcome to Bookalicious, the podcast where two sisters chat about books we're reading. I'm Chrissy.
And I'm Candice.
And we're finishing The Perfect Divorce.
Woohoo! Okay, maybe before we go into the summary though, should we do like high level thoughts?
Yeah, let's do high level thoughts.
Okay.
Okay. High level thoughts. I was super into it. Okay. Things I liked about this book. We didn't fully guess it. I
It's
really thought
true.
Sarah was going to get her comeuppance. She did not.
I know.
So, didn't happen. I really liked all the clever I thought they were twists. Like I didn't think that she was pretending to be Carissa in the basement. That was big.
That felt like insanity to me. That was rocket ship territory.
You think?
How does she have time to be
That's true. I think,
like,
well, she runs her thing now. So now she can make her own schedule. She couldn't do this with Kent. That's why she had to
I guess
leave.
that's I guess that's true, but it seemed like Bob had eyes on her. Like, how does she have this indiscriminate amount of time to just go disappearing? Maybe she's doing it in the middle of the night or something.
Well, she did sometimes, but no, you're right. I mean, I think one of Bob's missteps was he put a tracker on her car. He didn't have someone follow her because his lawyer was like, "Well, you're going to get in big trouble," which maybe that's
Yeah,
true. But the tracker, she spotted that from a mile away.
that could have saved his life.
I know. Okay, I have a question about that when we get to it of like,
Okay.
what was her plan for Bob? Because it seems very like coincidental how it all worked
Mm-hmm.
out. Maybe
Yeah.
she had a few plans in place depending on how things played out.
Yeah. I would
That's
agree
what I'm
with that.
thinking.
Yeah.
So, so thanks to that's a question. Okay, one thing though that I liked more about the first book than this book was that the first book we were never from the victim's perspective, except for Adam,
Oh.
who we thought would always make it out alive, but he didn't.
And he
So,
was like a unlovable victim.
okay, is that's another question I have for the end. Do you like anybody? Does that detract from the book, or do you kind of like them now?
I kind of like how Sarah is just evil incarnate and she's
Yes.
just running around wreaking havoc, like Chucky doll style. Just
She is. Honestly, I like Sarah more at the end of this book. Was that how this question started?
I think so. I liked Sarah more by the end of the book. I was like, you are just pure evil, and I'm good with that. She doesn't like try to justify. She doesn't try to be like, "Oh, I'm secretly a good person." Like that's what Millie does. And
Oh, that's true.
Millie's like, "I'm not a bad person," and there's like 10 dead people behind her.
I had to.
I had to do it. They made me kill them. So Sarah's just like, if you are not my daughter Summer, then don't care about you. Anything can happen to you.
I
Don't care.
know. I know.
Do you think one day she'll turn on Summer?
I don't know. I was just thinking that. Or will Summer turn on her and it'll be like a Bob and Sarah showdown again? Like match the wits. But I bet Summer will be even better than Bob.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm sure Sarah is like training
Coaching.
Summer. She's already like training her in like martial arts and like Summer doesn't even realize it. And when she's 20 years old, she'll like flash back in time and she'll be like, "Oh, yeah, my mom was like teaching me how to do this and that and how to tie knots. And I thought we were just learning how to camp, but she was teaching me how to
How
like
to murder.
torture people and how to
Oh
murder.
my
Yeah.
gosh.
And how to
They're
wipe up
like
my
playing
fingerprints."
Clue, and Sarah has the extended edition. Where she's like, actually, you are the murderer. How do you cover it up?
Yeah.
They
And
have
then
to
it's
role
like,
play.
you have to role play. You have to like pretend to like hit people with candlesticks and then wipe up all your fingerprints and blood.
Yeah, you have to do it within 10 seconds or less.
Yeah, and Summer just thinks, yeah, like let's play Clue. And then she goes over to her friend's house and she's like, I love Clue. And then she stands up and grabs like a knife. And that's when she realizes,
That's her
wait,
first murder.
she says, wait a minute, not everyone plays Clue like this. And then it all clicks into place and she turns on her mom.
Oh my gosh, that'd be hilarious.
Hmm.
Oh, that's so funny. That's way worse than finding out that you're the only family that uses the poop stick. The poop knife.
I totally forgot about the poop stick. Every time I say the story, I remember it and then I immediately forget it until it's brought back into my purview.
Is that your brain just suppressing it?
I think so.
Said, please don't bring this one up again.
Please, no, no, no. So, okay, by the end of this book, so I did the picture this. I'm the only one
Oh, I
still doing that
know.
game.
I know. I can't think of any emojis.
All right, well,
Too
guess the
much.
ones that I did.
Okay. So can't you sent like five, and they were all pretty similar. Okay, you sent
Well,
six.
some were for emphasis.
Okay, the emojis emojis are the smirking face, the roller coaster, eye roll, angry face, and then angry face that's red,
Hmm.
then angry face that's yellow, so I guess a step down in anger, and then what I think is like a bullet shot, like pow.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. So what is all this for? Smirking, I think because you think we were getting it right.
We got Scott right. And I was like, heh, here we go.
Oh, that he killed Stevens?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You were more on that one than me, I think.
I
Yeah,
felt really good about that one. I was like,
that was good.
here we go.
Time for all of our theories to fall into place again.
Yes.
Okay, roller coaster, because all of the action happened in the last part we read.
I was thinking like, okay, this is starting to get like a little crazy as Sarah's starting to like unveil her plan and everything that she did. I was like, this is a little wild, but not off the
It was a
rails
lot.
yet. Yeah,
Okay, not yet, but
not
okay.
yet.
Maybe that's the last one. All right, eye roll. Um, that she and Alejandro bond over their love of killing people.
I was just kind of like, I wanted Sarah to be dead and I wanted her and Bob to kill each other. I wanted it to be mutual destruction.
It almost was. It
I
could
don't
have
think
been that.
so. We thought it was a lot closer than it was. Bob was lying to
Yeah.
us about the polls. He's like, it's neck and neck. It was not neck and neck, not even close.
Sarah knew the whole time. I know. Do you think she actually was worried earlier when he said, like, you don't even know what's coming? And she, like, looked, or do you think she was never
That's what I'm
worried?
saying. She literally maybe she has a demon that can like see into the future or read people's minds because she knows everything,
I know. Yeah.
even the
With
knife.
the knife was a good one. That was a good one.
I was like, Bob, you should have had a nanny cam. I don't know what you were thinking.
I know. Should have planned ahead. He hasn't really he outsources his murders too much. He wasn't aware
That's
of what
true.
you
He didn't
needed.
learn anything from his 10 years with Sarah. That's what
I
we learned.
know. That's what Sarah kept saying. So he hasn't learned
Yeah.
anything from me.
Yeah, the ending at first, I was just like, this is crazy. Like, how is she getting away with all of this again? And it just felt, I think we'll talk about it when we get there, but like, it just felt like everything had to go exactly right for this to
Yeah.
shake out. And I'm like, how can you predict all of these things, all of these variables?
Yeah, we can talk about it more then. I feel like a lot of it was pretty well planned, where I'm like, okay, I see how that would work. There were a few that were pretty risky, but I imagine she could have very easily had like a plan B and C if
I
this
could see
didn't
that.
work out.
I think the eye roll was more of like when she was masquerading as
Oh.
a kidnapped woman and when she put on combat boots and was stomping around the house. Count
Okay, I
Olaf.
honestly, that's a great point of how did she have time for all this?
This would take hours and it's like not close to her house.
I know. I don't know. That's a great point.
So,
Unclear.
yeah,
Where did she
unclear.
get these drugs from?
And then she's
Not
dragging the bodies. I'm like, you are like 5'2".
well,
You're
she's dragging
described as like a
bricks.
waif.
Sarah can do anything. Don't
I guess
underestimate
so.
Sarah.
If you have a demon inside your body, it gives you like
Yes.
superhuman strength. You can just sling them over your back.
Yeah, that's what we're missing. Okay, so I roll with Sarah and her crazy shenanigans.
Yes. And then the
Okay,
angry faces is Sarah getting away with it.
okay.
And then her getting $32 million off of Adam's death was me like lighting the book on fire, putting it out of
Oh, is
its
that the last
misery.
emoji?
Yeah.
That's funny. Wait, okay, what about Bob's insurance thing? Because that never came up again.
I don't remember reading it. So,
Oh, you
you
never remember reading it?
well, because it was in chapter 35, which I didn't read yesterday.
Oh.
At
Because
least that's
I
what I
don't think they
think.
brought it up at the end. And I was like, isn't that also like millions of dollars or something? I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter at this point.
Well, I know. We talked about it, but I don't I remember reading the chapter and then I was like, what insurance policy?
Right? Okay, yeah. It was kind of unclear when they introduced it, and then it never came up again after he died. So I don't really know.
Where was this? Can you go back and see where your insurance policy was referenced? Maybe we can read it again. Because I'm wondering if it was, I want to say made up, but maybe misunderstood.
Mm, well, I do feel like I misunderstood it because I didn't know what it was referring to. Let me see here. Okay. All right. Here's the line.
Okay.
Sarah says, "I'm not your Adam, Bob, and you're definitely not my Sarah." He says, "You sure about that? Do you think I didn't know back then that I needed to have an insurance policy with you? Something to guarantee you couldn't do to me what you did to Adam?" I squint. This is Bob squints, taking in every. Oh no, Sarah. Sarah squints, taking in every inch of his face, searching for a tell, something to tip off that he's lying. But he's stoic. "You're
Oh,
bluffing," I say.
Chrissy. It was a euphemism. The knife was his insurance policy.
Oh.
Like people will
Oh.
say that, oh, I got an insurance policy. Like I made
Oh,
my own
that makes more
insurance.
sense. Ugh. That makes more sense now.
Yeah, because when you said that, I was like, oh, that must be in the chapter that I didn't read. Because I don't remember an insurance policy at all. That's why I didn't even think about it because I was like, oh,
Oh, yeah, I totally missed that. My note with that said, "How does this insurance policy work?"
he goes to
Oh, so
Northwestern Mutual. He says, listen,
yeah.
if my wife kills me, then I need you to do XYZ. Yep.
Okay. So you knew that was about the knife immediately?
I knew it wasn't about like a
Insurance.
life insurance policy.
Oh, I totally thought it was about life insurance.
No. But once we talked about it, I was like, that could have been like a good, you know,
But because he
thing.
was telling everybody. So we're like, maybe that's his plan. He's gonna tell everyone, so then they're all
Yeah.
suspicious of Sarah when he dies. But that
Yeah.
wasn't even his plan. So,
Th- Bob thought he was smart and he was not smart.
no, he seemed to be missing a lot of key critical thinking steps.
And Sarah knew that. That's why she was never scared of him. She was like, what's Bob gonna do? Bob has no tricks up his sleeves.
Well, okay. But I think he's a better match than Adam. And I think with each of her lovers, she's stepping up on the pole, on the ladder of who's a more equal match for her devious deeds.
Oh, okay, okay. Let's, before we go anymore, let's do the summary. Let's do the summary.
Okay, so summary, we're gonna go through the big reveals, how everything wrapped up.
Yep,
Okay, first thing, Stevens, red herring.
red herring.
He was actually just the victim of Scott, who was very upset that Stevens cheated on his wife and possibly killed her. Sad. Okay, and they discover this. Hudson and Pam discover this because Hudson had this very vivid memory of Scott having a weird sized pointer finger. And he catches it in the video and he says, oh, that's Scott.
I don't think it's just like a weird pointing finger. I feel like he has like a claw.
It could be. Well, it said the pointer was longer than his middle finger. So it's like a weird,
Yeah, he has like some weird hand
it
thing
might be
going
a,
on,
yes.
deformity that he picks out in the grainy film.
I know. Yeah, no one else did. So that was a pretty good moment. So yeah, so Scott killed Stevens, and that was a totally separate thing. I do like that about her books. She has like one mystery in there that actually isn't related to the bigger mystery.
Yeah,
Throws you
I like
off.
that too. Hmm.
Got us. Okay.
No, it didn't. We
Well, it
solved
didn't
that
get
one.
you.
Okay,
I
fine.
don't know. I think I wasn't totally convinced it was Scott.
You thought it was Anne.
I thought everybody was Anne. I think Anne's gonna come back in book 3.
I pray to God because we haven't had a flop like the Anne theory since the Kath theory in Housemaid.
Well, yeah, the housemaid, that was a great theory. We thought Kath was going to be someone, Evelyn Kath. We also thought in God of the Woods that Delphine's Math Academy. That was
Oh
a
my
good one.
gosh, you're right. Oh,
That that was
Delphine turned into
frustrating.
a villain.
Monster. I
True.
know.
Okay.
We should rank all of our villains. Okay. Anyways, that's a small thing. Bigger thing was Bob's plan. So Bob's
Hmm.
big plan was to hire Alejandro first to keep a watch on Sarah, but when things started looking dire between them, he added murder to Alejandro's job description.
Murder.
Ooh. And this all happens apparently very suddenly. So Bob tells
Yes.
Alejandro it's time to kill Sarah and you have to do it tonight. Conveniently, Sarah had already invited Alejandro over for dinner and had sent Summer to Auntie Anne's place for a slumber party. So, perfect opportunity. Okay, Sarah and Alejandro have a romantic dinner. They make some love. But then, reverse Uno, Alejandro pulls a gun on Sarah at the same time Sarah pulls a gun on Alejandro. Wow.
Timeout. If Alejandro is supposed to murder Sarah, why would he put his
Was he putting his
DNA?
DNA everywhere? I thought the
Yeah.
same thing. Because we saw this in book 1. I also thought the same exact thing, unless he's just gonna totally like this because Kelly's body was left there. If he like destroys her body or like it's hidden long enough that maybe they couldn't tell whose semen it was.
I mean, that feels risky.
I know. I had the same thought.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
think Alejandro is probably a few steps up from Bob on the devious ladder.
Hmm.
He's also missing some critical steps.
Unless like he knew that Sarah was evil and he was gonna flip some. I don't know. I don't
Doesn't
think he's
seem
that
like
smart
it.
though. No.
No, he's 0 for 2 on his murders. So actually, he may not be much of a step up.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know why
Yeah,
Bob would hire him twice, but reveal the next.
good point. Okay. So they pull a gun on each other. So it turns out that Sarah knew there was more to Alejandro the moment she met him, and now he finally reveals his backstory. So Bob had hired Alejandro over a decade ago to kill Jenna Way, aka Kelly Summers, because Jenna had some dirt on Bob and Bob wanted her gone for good. Alejandro accidentally kills Bob's brother instead. So he
Like
decided to
what?
I know. Yeah, see that was your plan was just kill the first person who comes through the door?
I know.
Strange.
Okay.
But yeah, so he killed Bob's brother. Um, so he decided to make it look like a crime of passion and frame Jenna instead. Alejandro tells Bob that he wasn't able to kill Jenna, and so Bob assumes that Jenna killed her husband slash Bob's brother.
Like
So now
that's
Alejandro's in the clear and Bob hates Jenna.
that's crazy. Like you just assume that their marriage
He's a
is so
murderer,
tumultuous that she would murder. Like
right? I had the same question where I was like, I don't know what dirt Jenna had on him, but that seems like a big leap to think that Jenna could kill her husband with like 30 stab wounds again.
yeah. I
right?
know.
So yeah, Bob doesn't have as many brain cells as we thought.
No. And I think he's doing like tax fraud or something.
Wow, that's it. I mean, that's pretty big, but this was a lot to go through.
Yeah, he's doing like it was weird. I, I don't know. It seems like
Mhm.
he could have scared Jenna without having to like kill
Right?
her. Yeah. Mm-mm.
That seemed crazy. Okay, what do you think Bob's big secret was? Think
I
it's
think
tax
it was
fraud?
the tax fraud. I thought it said.
I don't think it said. I think it just said she had some dirt and she was gonna tell if he didn't or something.
Yeah. I mean that might have just been it. We don't have time to look back because we're on a timer.
Yeah. All right.
You guys can tell
So,
us in the comments if we messed it up, but
yeah,
I think his
let us
secret
know.
is tax fraud. What do you think his secret is?
I think something financial makes sense, but this seems like it should be more saucy for this
Yeah.
book. I don't know, but I feel like an affair isn't really big enough either.
No.
So, and I don't think he's murdered anyone else because he couldn't have pulled it off, clearly. So, maybe that only leaves tax fraud.
Yeah.
That makes sense. All right.
Okay.
I'm good with tax fraud.
All right. So
Okay.
Bob, total flop, even in his crimes,
I
uncreative.
know. And now he does the same thing. This honestly, Sarah asked the same question. I was like, good point. He hires Alejandro again. And Sarah was like, really? You didn't do a very good job the first time.
Oh my God. I know. The fact that Bob just believes Alejandro, that whole thing's crazy. Okay. Continue.
I agree. Okay, so Bob once again hires Alejandro to watch Sarah and now to kill her. And Sarah is like, oh my gosh, can't believe he couldn't even do it himself.
I kind of loved that with Sarah, where she's so evil, where she's just like pathetic.
I know. Honestly, this is when I kind of like Sarah too. I was like, all right. I'll be here for all your evil.
When you are fully committed to who you are, it's like you kind of have to admire it a little bit.
That's, that she's confident.
Yeah. Very Devil's Wears Prada.
Definitely. They always talk about the brand names. I don't think she's worn Prada yet.
Oh.
Keep an eye out for it though.
Okay.
The one brand they haven't mentioned.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah. Okay. So now Sarah and Bob bond over Sarah and Alejandro bond over thinking that Bob is so pathetic that he couldn't even kill Sarah himself. Sarah reveals that she's the one who ended up killing Jenna Way / Kelly Summers in this very same bedroom. And Alejandro thinks that's the most attractive thing ever. What? Wow. So it turns out they blink again and turns out they're soulmates. Also, Alejandro is a loose end, and Sarah likes to keep her loose ends close, which is why she
Yeah.
kept Bob close. So, kind of makes sense.
She is a black widow. Alejandro
She's
is
always
not
thinking.
looking good for you.
No, I don't think he can hang.
Mm-mm.
I don't think so. He's not an equal match, but he could
No.
help. That could be the Enzo and Millie way.
Yeah. Yeah. He could become her murder assistant.
Right.
She could find a use for that.
Because I think she can trust him with secrets, but she wouldn't trust him to carry it off.
No.
I wouldn't either at this point.
No. Mm-mm.
Yeah. Okay. So now they do their secret handshake and say, Sarah was like, how much was Bob gonna pay you to kill me? And he said, 250,000. She said, I'll pay you that much to keep me alive. He said, deal. So now they're on the same side. Alejandro texts Bob that the deed has been done, and he sends pictures, which they don't say how they cleaned all that up.
Sarah and Alejandro have a sexy murder photo shoot together.
Yes, they
to like
do.
kink it to the next level, where she's
Oh
like,
my
I'm gonna be
gosh.
like posed like this, covered in like ketchup and food dye.
Yes, that's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, so he sends pictures to Bob. Bob is like, wow, best day ever. And in his
Bob
mania,
is snapping. He's like, she's dead. I'm so excited.
Can't believe that I pulled it off. Yeah. He's crazy. Okay, he has a good sense to go somewhere public in the next like hour or two, so he has an alibi and people have seen him
Yep,
somewhere. But in his mania, he also checks Sarah's location and sees that she had gone to this house in the middle of nowhere
on
at
her
some
car.
point. Right, her car has.
Yeah.
Right. And so he was like, "Oh my gosh, that's where Stacy and Carissa have been hidden. I should go there by myself in the middle of the night after my wife was just murdered," which made no sense to me.
No. He's like incensed. He's like obsessed with Sarah and her trying to outmaneuver
Unravel her
him.
plans.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he should have called the police or something and been like, "Hey, just so you know, I put a tracker on Sarah's car. I think this is where the ladies could be kidnapped."
I don't know how a third woman connected to Bob being murdered
That's
makes his
true.
situation any better.
Oh my gosh, you're right. You're right. Because even if he had called the police and brought them to, they all went to the abandoned farmhouse together and they found Stacy in there, Stacy was convinced it was Bob who had done it. So you're right. This might not have fixed his situation.
Nothing nothing would have fixed his I don't think killing Sarah fixed his situation. I think that made
How
it worse.
how was that supposed to fix it? Did he have another plan that we don't know about? Because he sent in the knife to frame Sarah.
Yeah, he sent in the knife. I guess that's just it. He's not thinking two steps ahead. He's thinking one
No.
step behind. And he's like,
Yes.
I've got to get rid of Sarah. She's just irritating me too much. I just got to get her out of the picture. He's like, and then I'll have less variables and I can figure out the next step.
I know. He's doing like the dance where you're going like up into the side and like you're like shuffling around. He's going in
Yes.
every direction.
Every direction. The electric slide, is that what you're talking about?
No, I don't even know what I'm thinking of. I'll see if I can find a video or something. But
Okay.
it's like frantically shuffling around.
Oh.
It's not even really a dance. It's like Dance Dance Revolution where you're on all the arrows.
Oh my
He's on,
God.
he's on
That would be
expert
Bob.
mode.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not going anywhere, trying to go everywhere.
He thinks he's hitting all of the arrows. He's hitting
Yes.
nothing. He's just striking out. Game over.
Yes, it's like when the arrows have been rotated and you're hitting all the
Yes.
spaces. Oh my gosh. Uh, yes. So Bob makes, I guess, a huge misstep, but you're right. I don't know if you really, what would have been better for him. Probably not to go at all.
I think him I think him not going at all makes the most sense because he doesn't know what's
Right.
waiting there for him.
Yes. It's suspicious, no matter what, for him to go to this farmhouse in the middle of the night by himself.
Yeah. And the police had just told him but a chapter ago, we're watching you.
I know. Yeah. What? That's crazy. Also, it's like, has he had enough of an alibi at this point? Because there's like a window of when she could have died. I don't know. Seems
I'm taking
rash.
it that Bob he had like two or three scotches, which already don't be doing that and then driving somewhere you've never been to in the middle of nowhere with no
Oh my
lights.
gosh.
That
True.
bad. Okay, so I think he's just buzz slash drunk slash incensed slash making really bad decisions.
I think you're right. Yeah. He's
He's
on
too
his
emotional.
high of killing his murder high.
Yes, yes, he's too emotional right now. He's just, ugh.
All right. Well, he never learns his lesson because he goes to the farmhouse. And this is where Stacy and Carissa had been kidnapped. It was not underneath the Sarah's house, which I was thinking it could have been. I like that theory of yours.
That to me feels like a really good spot because then she wouldn't have to go anywhere. And that would make sense to me, how she's like stomping around and having time to do all of these things.
Right. But I mean, I don't know if her house was set up to be a kidnapping
Right. To
paradise.
have a murder lair. She's like touring it
Yeah.
and they're like, oh, there's this bomb shelter here. And she's like, oh, perfect.
Multi-purpose.
My multi-purpose room.
My activity center.
Oh, that's my hobby room. Don't go in there.
Oh my gosh. No, apparently, I don't know how she found this farmhouse. We don't know, but it's very convenient.
And who owns it?
Right? I don't know. They just say abandoned. Because honestly, I mean, so we find out Sarah had set up all of this kidnapping stuff, but I'm like, I mean, she still kind of like was taking some risks that nothing else was gonna happen to this woman chained downstairs.
Well, doesn't Stacy die? Or does
No,
Stacy live? No,
Stacy
Stacy
lives.
lives.
They
Stacy
both
lives.
live.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
So,
she was taking a lot of risks, and
right?
I feel like exposing herself for long periods of time with no alibi. And sure, like Bob put the tracker on her car and she would take it off, but she doesn't know if the police are trailing her.
Following her. Right? Yeah. I also agree. She wants to be in charge of everything, but this one, I don't know.
Mm-mm. She needs a murder pad underneath her house.
It
That's really
does.
what she needs. She needs that multi-purpose activity room.
Yeah.
Streamline her operations.
Maybe in book 3, Alejandro is working on the patio, so maybe he'll
Oh my
that'll be his
God.
Christmas present to her.
He built
You won't
her murder
believe.
lair. Love. Okay. Okay.
Okay, so Bob goes to abandoned farmhouse, middle of the night, and he hears a woman screaming downstairs, and he recognizes that it's Stacy. Stacy
Yep.
shoots him immediately. So,
There's a gun conveniently left just a hair out of reach
mm-hmm. I
for
know that
Stacy.
was okay. Yeah. So what happened with all this is it turns out Sarah's the one who kidnapped Stacy, has kept her in the basement for over a week, and has been feeding her drugged sandwiches every day. Sarah also helped Carissa, the hairdresser, disappear out of the country so she can escape her abusive boyfriend, George Kerrigan. Sarah's the one who went to the basement and pretended to be Carissa to plant messages in Stacy's brain that Bob is the one who kidnapped them.
That's when I was like, throw this book in the fire. This is crazy. Snow White and the evil witch, like disguising herself.
That is pretty crazy. I mean, but Sarah really trusts no one. I mean, she didn't even need to have Chris. I guess having another person in there fills in the holes in Stacy's memory. She's like, "Remember when Bob took us?" And Stacy's like, "Yeah, I do."
Yeah.
So I guess that was it.
I mean, it was definitely for that, but to me it seemed a little overdone. All she had to do was plant Bob's DNA in
Mm,
in the abandoned warehouse.
you know what? That's true. That's
And
super
then
true.
I feel like that would be enough to where, okay, Bob, all these women are going missing, and now your belt and stinky shoes are at this abandoned farmhouse.
Right? I know. Okay, and then here was my question too. So Carissa, who is actually Sarah, okay, this was the part where I thought was crazy. Sarah stages Carissa's murder in the farmhouse so that Stacy's on edge and is like ready to kill whoever comes next.
Yeah.
And Sarah does this by just causing a ruckus upstairs. So she's
Oh my
jumping
God.
around and screaming. And I was like, what?
Th-
I thought that was crazy.
That was crazy too. I was like, this woman is clinically insane. I mean, I
I
guess we already
know.
knew.
She
Definitely now.
definitely, yes. Okay, but my big question here though was this Sarah's plan A for Stacy to shoot Bob? How did Sarah know Bob was gonna come? What if he didn't come? How was she gonna rescue Stacy if Bob didn't come?
So I'm imagining she knows Bob has the tracker on her car.
Uh-huh.
She drives with the tracker on her car to the farmhouse. And maybe this was a day ago, at least a day, because Carissa gets kidnapped and staged. She has to, well, not even. It could have been earlier. We don't really know because she had vials of Carissa's blood
Mm-hmm.
probably already to like stage the murder and everything.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
she probably already had blood to plant. So she could have gone at any point and showed up, did the stuff, and then left the tracker on so that whenever Bob would finally check it, it just so happens to be that it's the night that he tried to have her murdered. But it could have been the day before or 2 days before that he would go and see and investigate. And she probably knew that he would find it irresistible to like track where she was going.
Okay.
And she's probably like, whatever happens, it works out for me. Either she kills Bob then
Uh,
and there, or he finds her, and then what does he do with her?
with Stacy?
Yeah, if he finds her and she didn't kill him, what would he do?
I know. Like, I guess like rescue her and say that he wasn't the one who kidnapped her. That's what I would see him doing.
But she would be
But
like, "You kidnapped
I
me."
know. Yeah.
And he'd be like, "No, I did it." And then what does he do? He tells the police, "I didn't kidnap this woman," and she's saying that I did.
I know. And I found her
And I
in
found
this
her
abandoned
and
farmhouse.
in this abandoned farmhouse,
Well,
and
I guess
there's
if he had proof that Sarah's location went there though, I mean that's something. Because why was Sarah there? Unless Sarah says that he used her car.
right.
Yeah. Right. I don't know. This just felt a little maybe too convenient.
That was too convenient. I agree. And what
So,
if it was like the police or someone else who came? That's who I thought was going to
right?
come was the police. I thought Hudson was going to get shot.
Oh. When did you think that? When Bob was racing over?
Yeah, because the police had
They
a
were tracking
trail
Bob.
on Bob.
Hmm.
So I thought they were gonna, I'm like, oh my God, they're gonna go in and arrest Bob right away and then go down in the
Oh.
cellar and then she's not gonna know and then she's gonna bang
Oh, that's
bang
true. Well, okay,
Hudson's
probably the
head.
police though, they would say, "Police, police." They would announce themselves.
That's probably true.
I would think. I mean, maybe she would still shoot them because I would be pretty scared.
I was
But
also thinking with her though, like, okay, she kills this guy, but like her foot's still in the chain. Now what?
I was kind of thinking that too a little bit. Whereas, like, and now you're not even getting any food.
Yeah.
Although she just thought that Carissa was brutally murdered. I maybe would take my chances with starving over brutally murdered,
Uh, I feel like
you know?
I wonder if I would have tried one of the bullets on the chain or something.
Oh,
See if I
yeah,
could like break the lock or something.
I
But I
know.
mean, that would probably ricochet and then go into my brain and I'd be
Oh
dead.
my God. Yeah, that's probably true. I know. So maybe Stacy knew what she was doing.
Yeah, who knows? Okay. The stomping around upstairs and like causing a ruckus, that I thought was insane.
Hilarious.
Okay.
Okay. Alrighty. So Bob dies. He is now the scapegoat for Kelly and Chris's murder. Um, oh, okay, yeah,
Well,
for both Kelly,
yep. Hmm.
for Kelly's Summer's murder and Chris's murder, and for Stacy's kidnapping.
Oh,
Um, mhm,
we forgot that he mailed in
the knife.
the knife.
Yeah, we
Do you
have it.
have
Okay.
that?
So yeah, actually, we haven't mentioned that yet. So Bob dies, and the police are like, "Oh my gosh, he kidnapped these women. We need to like search his house, see what else do we find." They find his insurance policy, which was
No,
his
he
smoking
mailed
gun.
them.
Or well, yes. Okay, so his lawyer dropped off his insurance policy, the murder
Yes.
weapon for Kelly, to the police, and it said this belongs to Sarah. And they said, "Oh my gosh, what is this?" And it was a knife covered in blood. So they
Yes.
test the blood, and it's pig's blood.
Boop.
Oh no. So Sarah had given Bob this knife and said, "Hey, please dispose of this murder weapon. This is the one thing in the whole plot that I'm not going to do myself." And he
Uh,
said, I have no questions. Sounds legit. But of course, it was a fake.
Yes, it was a
So
test.
it was a test that he failed. And she had planted the real murder weapon in his safe in his apartment, which I'm like, how did he not see that?
Oh, maybe like a false bottom, or maybe she probably put it in the past couple days or something, or
Oh,
I
that's
don't know.
possible. Yeah. So anyway, so the police search his house and they find the real murder weapon. And
Yeah,
they say, wow, he is trying to frame Sarah, his poor wife, for this murder. But look,
yeah.
it's the murder weapon's right there.
Although that's so dumb of Bob to just keep the
To
knife
keep
in his
it,
safe.
yeah. That but I mean also everything else Bob has done also calls into question his brain cells.
Well, Pam Olson, the only person with brains in this book, aside from Sarah, she's like, don't you think it's weird that there were two exact copies of this knife? That's
Mm-hmm.
not weird to you?
Pam is onto them. I think in book 3, Pam's gonna uncover it all. Maybe she'll be on the murder list though.
I was gonna say, what about Anne?
And Pam and Anne.
Pam and Anne, justice.
I could see them working together.
I know. Ugh. Okay. Yeah. So Bob's scapegoated.
Mm-hmm.
He is now at fault. Although he should have been at fault for Kelly's murder anyway.
Well, I mean, that's true. They're not
So
entirely wrong.
they're not wrong on that one.
He did try to
Carissa,
kill Sarah.
yes. Carissa was a fake murder. Sarah helped
Hmm.
her escape, Killy Milly style, away from her horrible boyfriend.
That was pretty good.
I know. Killy
I was
Milly could learn a
impressed.
thing or two.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, but how to get women out of dangerous situations.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, that was wild. Okay. Um, I don't know this acronym.
Okay. Sarah tells Summer her dad was a horrible POS, piece of
Oh,
shiitake
something.
mushrooms. Yeah, piece of something to make sure he gets nothing, even in the afterlife.
I know. Which, I mean, Sarah doesn't even need to say anything because this is all over the news. I'm sure Summer's gonna know about it anyway, that he's framed for all these terrible crimes.
Yes, exactly.
So, yeah. So, Sarah says Summer's resilient and this isn't gonna affect her one bit. But we
Uh,
know
yeah, that's
Summer's gonna
not
turn into
true.
Sarah. Crazy. Yeah. Okay. So, final things. Sarah sues the town for killing Adam with their sloppy police work. She makes millions of bucks. She goes on 60 Minutes to show everyone how incredible she is for persevering through all these dead, cheating husbands.
Oh my
And
God.
now she's completely possessed by Killy Milly. Makes it her life's work to help battered women escape their abusive relationships.
Yes.
The
Did you
end.
say that she made $32 million? dollars?
I didn't specify how much, but yes, she
Yeah,
bunches, boatloads of money.
$32 million. dollars. Then she got however many millions Bob had. And then he probably
I
was evading
know.
taxes, probably got all of that.
Probably, yeah, and people are probably just sending her money
Yeah.
just because they love her so much.
Oh
She's
my
good at what
God.
she does.
That's true. That's true.
I know.
Okay, looking ahead.
Okay, so these were some of my thoughts on looking ahead. So, at the end we see Hudson and Pam are talking about all these things. Pam is totally onto it and is like, "What if Sarah actually was a part of these crimes?" Hudson's like, "I don't know." Pam is worried that Scott is a murderer who is still on the loose, and Hudson says, "Don't worry, he's not a threat unless there's someone he still wants to kill or something like that." Oh,
He's like,
someone who's
unless
still
someone,
involved with Kelly. So he's coming back. I think that's what book 3 is going to be about.
yeah.
He's coming back for Sarah because he's going to piece it together.
How is he going to figure all that out? That feels like,
I know because all of Sarah's victims keep dying. Like there's no
well,
one he could talk to.
I think that could be part of it, where you're kind of like, all right, who were all the people on the original short list? And it's really down now to Sarah
Just
and Anne
and yeah, that's true.
and Scott. But Scott's like, it's not me.
Right. But do you think he believed it was Bob?
Well, he knows that Bob didn't physically do it because he's the only one who had a legitimate alibi.
That came up on the Reddits. People were like, why was that such a good alibi until this moment? And now they just frame him for it. I mean, could it have been he made up the alibi? Like he bought the plane ticket, he paid off people to vouch
That's a
for
good
him.
that's a really good point. You're right, because it's like he is the only one who had like a legitimate one. So to me, it's very clear that okay, Bob had the murder weapon, so he was involved, but there is another party.
Hmm.
It's not
Mm-hmm.
case closed.
I bet, yeah, I bet you're right. I think that's what's going to bring Scott back on the trail.
Yeah,
I'm going to say, wait a second, Bob was in Wisconsin.
clomping around in his combat
Yes.
boots in his little mangled hand.
I got to sniff out the real killer. So yeah, so I
Ugh.
think book three, Scott's going to come for Sarah.
Yeah,
And he actually, you know what? Maybe he's a better match for Sarah because his murder of Stevens was pretty good.
he pulled that off, and then we still don't understand fully Scott's involvement with Kelly's case because Kelly got off because evidence was disappeared.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's a good point. Was
Does
it the
Scott?
knife?
I don't know. We don't know.
I don't know.
But some key evidence had disappeared, making it such that they couldn't convict Kelly. And
Good
Scott was
point.
supposedly involved in that. Why would he
Hmm.
help her out?
Well, maybe okay. So our Scott is Scott also connected somehow to either Bob or Alejandro? That
I
could
don't
be it. So
know.
then he kind of knows that Kelly isn't the one who did it.
I could see that. But I'm just wondering, like, why would Scott, maybe Kelly and Scott were having an affair ahead of time. And so he's like, I'm going to help my girlfriend out and disappear this evidence.
Maybe. I don't know.
But it's strange because from Scott's perspective, he always said that he was a very good husband to Kelly, which all husbands would say, even the terrible ones. But Kelly was like, he is abusive to me. But him killing these guys, maybe that shows like how much he loved Kelly, but also was very violent.
We never did hear more about that, right? Because that was one of our questions in book one, where Kelly never mentioned anything about Scott until the day she showed up all bruised.
Yeah.
And she's like, he's abusive.
And maybe that was Sheriff Stevens.
Oh. Oh, I bet it was Sheriff Stevens.
That doesn't that feel like that makes more sense? Like they
That
were
does
being
make more
rough and
sense.
tough, and then she got little choke
Yeah,
marks, and then she's like, "Oh, it's my husband."
right. Because she doesn't want to say she has two affairs going on.
She doesn't want to tell her one boyfriend that it's her other boyfriend.
I
So she's like, "I'm gonna
know.
say it's my husband."
Yeah. This one's better.
You already know about the husband. You don't know about the second
Yeah.
boyfriend.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Yeah, I could see that. Unfortunately, Stevens is dead. How will we know?
I know. And maybe that's why he was like even more squirrely about everything because he's like, I'm the one who slapped Kelly in our rough consensual night, and now she's
Oh.
been stabbed 37 times.
Oh my gosh.
And I'm like worried.
That's a good point. I could see that.
Yeah.
Man, what do you think is gonna happen in book three?
I really want your last bullet. Anne is going to make a comeback. I want Anne to
That would be
fulfill
good.
our dreams of eclipsing Sarah in her evilness.
I think it could happen. I think in book three, that would be a good time for it to happen.
Yeah.
I feel like a trilogy is a good place to stop. There won't be
Yep.
any more books. So that'd be a twist.
It just gets to a point with Sarah where it's like, how many men can be disappearing around you
I
before it's kind of like,
know.
okay, babe, you gotta put the knife down. Like,
You're the only common denominator here.
right. Like at some point, all the circumstantial evidence I feel like piles
It
up
points
to,
back. Yeah.
yeah, where you're like, it can't, it has to be like real evidence now. It's not just circumstantial.
Yeah. Any chance Summer is a part of the bringing Sarah down?
I could see Summer becoming a murderess as well.
Maybe Anne brings down Sarah and then Summer avenges Sarah's death.
Oh my
Kills
God.
Anne. And now we
That
have a
would be like the
spinoff.
next trilogy.
Yeah.
Uh, I could see that. I was like thinking, I was imagining like what would Anne's motivation be? What would the motivation be? And then I came up with one yesterday. I was like, okay, maybe.
Ooh.
Maybe she knows how evil Sarah is and she really loves Summer and she's worried about Summer. So she's like, I
Oh.
gotta KO Sarah so that Summer has a chance to be raised by a normal.
Interesting. Yeah, that could be possible. Do you think
Yeah.
Anne would stay with Sarah so long, though, if she really knew how evil she was? Or is she keeping her close so she can keep tabs on her until the right moment?
I think maybe she's keeping her close, building up the case.
Yeah. I mean, a lot has happened. There could be a really good case at this point.
A lot has happened, but I mean, maybe to like Anne's defense, it happened one time, and she's like, maybe this is like the end. And then now it's happened a second time. Now she's like, okay,
We're approaching serial killer.
we're approaching serial killer. I gotta step up.
Yeah. Book 3, I think that's Anne's time.
But I think Pam's gonna steal the show, and that's gonna make me really upset.
Yeah. I know. I'd rather it be Anne, but maybe they can work together.
Yeah,
I could
maybe
see
they can
that.
work together.
Man.
Okay, well, we only have 3 minutes,
Oh no.
so let's
Do our
let's just
rates.
let's do our rates, and then let's do the read it like Reddit if we have time.
Okay, I think that sounds good.
Okay.
Okay, lightning round rating. Message or
Okay.
theme? Oh, we skipped that for the perfect marriage.
Yeah, skip.
I think we skip it. Writing style.
4. I thought it was better this time.
I was thinking, what did we not like last time?
There was a lot of proper nouns,
Oh yeah, there's less at this time.
a lot of
That
clip
was
clopping.
good. Yes. Yes. What were those boots called? Anyways, we're on lightning round. Okay, character depth.
4.
4. Um, I don't know, 3? Everyone's just
Like
evil.
everyone's just evil, but we got to learn more about their evilness and you got to
That's
hear about their
true.
backgrounds and especially with Sarah, she's just pure demon and that is her depth,
That is her, yeah. That is her character
you
arc.
know?
It's a line.
Yeah. Her character arc is me coming around to her. She's been the same. I've changed in the journey.
Yeah. Yeah, she's made me have an arc. Okay,
Yeah.
lands the plane.
I'd give it a 4.
Hmm. 4. Um, I like the ending. I'll say 4.5.
Yeah.
You didn't like the clip clopping around upstairs?
There was just some things where I'm like, this is like too fantastical. Like, come
A
on,
little
Sarah,
bit.
be smarter than this. Like, if you're gonna be a mastermind genius, have the murder basement.
Do it. True. That's what Alejandro's here for. But you know
Yeah,
what? She pulled it off. All right, entertainment.
5.
Yeah. Well, okay. I'm gonna go 4.5 because I don't like being in the victim's perspective. There was too much of that this time for me. I was not entertained. I was stressed.
You feel bad. You're like, no.
I was anxious. I was like, who's gonna come? I don't
Ugh.
know. Okay, other miscellaneous.
I don't have anything else to add. Do
I don't
you?
think I do either.
Yeah.
No.
All right.
All right, guess
What is
what our
that?
final rating?
4.5? 4.2.
4.1.
4.1. Okay.
Which is slightly higher than Perfect Marriage.
Yes. Which I would agree. I like this one a little bit better.
I think I would agree too, but we can do a lightning round of Read It Like Reddit
Let's do
if you're
it.
interested. Okay, one of the things that came up on Reddit was some people loved this book a lot more than the first one. Some people liked the first one more. And one of the big things why people liked the first book more was that it had the shocking twist that Sarah was actually the evil mastermind. And
Yes.
this one they were like, well, we already knew that. Everyone
Right.
is just as evil as they were in the first book. So there was
Exactly.
no shocking twist.
I saw that as well when I was looking, and I agree that did like there wasn't like the big reveal. It's everybody sucks from the beginning.
Yeah.
But I still enjoyed it. So instead of it being more of like a I guess it was like a whodunit, but it felt more of like who's gonna win between Bob and Sarah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But you know who the characters are.
Yeah. I mean I liked it. I think especially for a second book, I'm thinking it's just going to be a trilogy. First book, big surprise that Sarah's evil. Second book, we're just learning more about how evil everyone is. But third book is I think is when she's going to get her comeuppance. And then I think that's going to be a good now it'll be like good versus evil in the end.
Yeah, I agree.
So I think that'd
I
be a
would
good arc.
I would like that arc too. I also think you should read the books together
Oh, I think so.
because book two really does a lot of good for book one.
Yeah. People said that too. They're like, this book really just existed to cover the plot holes or like fill in the plot holes from the first book.
That's true.
Yeah. Okay. Lightning round from Read It Like Reddit. Yes or no questions.
Okay.
They liked the police force better in this book because they were actually believable and they weren't just buffoons like in book one.
Do I say yes or no?
Yeah. Do you agree with that? Do you think the same thing or do you?
I agree.
Me too. I like that they were more clever
Yes.
this time. Okay. One person commented, no one had me raging like Adam in book one.
Ugh.
So I guess this isn't yes or no, but who's the most insufferable character for you in book two?
I think Sarah, but by the time it was the end of it, I'm like, okay, fine. But towards the, I didn't find anyone
Mm-hmm.
super insufferable, perfectly honest, until Sarah at the very end. But now that I've sat on it, I'm okay with it.
I know. I kind of like Sarah by the end too.
I was like,
So
all
maybe I'd
right,
go
babe.
Bob because I'm like, Bob, what are you doing?
You know, Bob was giving a lot of buffoonery. Maybe I'm gonna say Bob
Mm-hmm.
too. I agree with you.
Buffoon Bob. It's always her husband. I don't know what she does.
She picks dummies so that she can feel so smart.
I know. Probably same with Alejandro.
Ugh.
We'll see. Okay. People thought it was boring and predictable. Agree or disagree?
I disagree. I don't think it was. I think there was a little bit of predictability, but not super. I think Sarah being the mastermind at the end is like a little on the nose, and that's why I had wished
Yeah.
it was Anne.
Right. I think that's what book three is all about. Because I kind of
Yeah,
agree too. I was like, this was kind of like the same thing over again, but we already knew
right,
Sarah was evil. So,
right.
okay. Thoughts on what the next book name is going to be?
I loved what you said. The perfect death.
I said that?
Oh,
Oh, that's great. Did I say that while we were recording or did I write that down somewhere?
I thought you texted me. I thought
Oh, maybe I did. Well, that's great because I didn't have an answer. I'll take that.
maybe Meg said it.
Oh, probably Meg.
Dang it.
Man, that's
She's
a good
always thinking
one.
of the good stuff. She hasn't even read it yet.
Ah, perfect marriage, perfect divorce, perfect kid. Maybe it's summer.
Oh, the
It's about
perfect
summer
summer.
coming back. The perfect summer.
Yeah.
Hmm. Well, someone on Goodreads had an idea that
What
I
did they
thought was
say?
great. The perfect funeral. That
Oh,
was
maybe
pretty
that's what
good.
Meg said or whoever said. I saw that. I've heard that.
Oh, okay. Well, I think that's a great idea.
Yeah, I like that too. I think that's really good.
Okay, and then final thing people had discrepancies on. Did you like Sarah?
It's like no, but yes. No, I don't like her, but I respect her. I respect the game she's playing.
I know. I like her a lot more than I did in book one. Because at the end of book one, I was just so unsettled that she was just so terribly evil.
Well, she had been lying to you the whole time.
She had been lying to us the whole time. She watched Adam die. She framed him for a murder, then watched him die. And I was like, I really don't think he deserves all this.
I think it was more tolerable this time because everybody was bad. Bob, you're like, okay, you got pinned
Yeah,
for the wrong murder or a murder
I
plus a different
know.
one. Like, okay, boo-hoo.
I know. Yeah, I think everyone was evil. And then also, I don't think Sarah really instigated things as much. Oh, well, no, she did the kidnapping. The kidnapping was a lot. Yeah. But I'm like, well, Bob was trying to kill her too.
It's,
So,
I still wish that, I wish it had been more of Sarah instigating that one night stand with Stacy
but she didn't.
or Anne, but she said that she didn't. And it was just like happen chance. And this kind of like set everything into motion.
That was surprising to me
Yeah.
because she wanted to divorce him anyway, or she didn't see it lasting forever. So, yeah, I don't know. It did seem like things just kind of worked out. Yeah. And there's like maybe less planning in some ways.
It kind of seemed like for this random thing to happen, she cooked together a really intricate plan in 6 weeks.
Yes. That's how good she is.
That's how good she is. Yeah. But I guess what she was saying is that with Carissa and the kidnapping, that was in the plans for a long time. And then it just happened to coincide with what was happening with
Right. She
Bob.
changed
And
it.
yeah, so she's like, okay, you know what? I can use this.
Yeah. Kill two birds, as they say.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I think I like her now.
I think I
Like for
like her
who she
too.
is, you know?
Yeah. And it kind of seems like even with all her evil, she does seem to be doing good. So you're kind of like, maybe that's okay. You're not
I
defending big oil now. You're,
Yeah. I think it's all a front though. I think she still has her scheme going on.
yeah, but you can be an evil person, but still do good things. Even if like your heart's not in the right place. I don't know. Is that
Yeah.
admirable? I don't know.
I don't think I can admire Sarah.
Yeah.
I'll be honest.
Yeah, I don't think so either. Okay. Well, this has
Right.
been fun.
Yeah, this was super fun.
Thanks for the potting palooza.
I know. Set up our summer party, summer
Yeah,
blowout.
our summer blowout. That's right. Wait till you have a baby. Blowout's going to mean something different to
Blowout,
you.
I know.
Do you know that word?
Like poop everywhere.
Yeah. That's what a blowout is. It's when you, once again, I brought us to a place of poop, but that is it's a diaper and it blows out.
Maybe we'll need to invest in a poo stick.
No. Okay. Well, I love
On that
you.
note, I love you.
Bye.
Bye.